What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another Ross Reviews, where today we are doing the end of the year Ross Awards, or the Rossies as I like to call it. And yeah, we're just gonna be going through a lot of the videos that I've done throughout 2020. I'm gonna be going through some of my favorite, some of the most popular, some of the best cars I reckon, even some of the best modified ones. So we got a lot of stuff to cover, so let's get into it. Now, I do hope you guys had a really great holiday season. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's. Wishing everyone the very, very best for 2021 because, yeah, we have had quite a rough 2020. Now, I just want to plug my Patreon account here because a few of you who are subscribed to my Patreon have told me, look, you need to tell people about it because I didn't know about it. And, I'm just going to let you guys know. There is one. I give deals to my merch. I give exclusive merch, free shipping to my merch, and I also give you guys an early watch to my videos. So when I get a review out, I will have it on my channel for a couple of days before I go public. And if you guys are subscribed to the Patreon, you guys get a link to watch that video first and yeah, get the jump. So it really does help me. The more people I can just have on a monthly basis, just donating, $5, $6, whatever you can, it really helps the channel, helps this thing get modified. We've got a lot of videos coming up with this being modified. So it just helps, all aspects because, yeah, the end game in 2021 is to do this full time. So thank you guys for being legends, and let's get back into the Rossies. Now let's kick it off with my most popular reviews of 2020. So we're going to be going through first, second, and third, obviously, in pretty much every category here. And starting off with number 3 is my brother's reaction to the XR8 Ute, which unfortunately I don't have anymore. I really wish I could have parked that next to this F6, but I am really excited for when he gets back to Australia and we can do another reaction video in this with a few spicy mods by that time. So that video was a really big success. We got over 71,000 views in 2020, and a lot of those views were quite rapid. So way back, this was almost exactly a year ago. I believe it was today, actually. January 2nd is when I'm filming this. And I believe I posted that video on January 2nd. So yeah, it was almost exactly 1 year ago. A lot of fun that video was. Now, number 2 is a video that really I had no expectations for. I really thought this video was going to tank. I just didn't think my audience was into it. I wasn't really into it. And I kind of just wanted to do it because I was running out of reviews at that time. It was kind of the peak of like COVID, and it was hard to get reviews. And I didn't want to get rusty. So I said, yeah, mate, let's do the review. He was happy to bring it down, and it was a CL9, I believe these are, a Honda Accord Euro. So it's like an old school, like similar era to the Falcon here. Yeah, Honda Accord Euro. Look, they're pretty good looking. They're really cheap, and his was a manual, and there's absolutely a massive following with them. That video got over 84,000 views in 2020. And I do not know how. I guess there's just not a lot of info on them on the internet. And yeah, that was just a real lucky break, I think. It was actually a pretty good car. Just, it wasn't overly fast, wasn't overly anything crazy. But for the money and for reliability, and what it gave you with some looks, it was a pretty good car. Especially, yeah, for that money, it was crazy. Now, drum roll. Number 1 video for 2020, most popular, another one that I really didn't expect, another Honda actually, the S660. What a car this was. This was an absolute little like JDM K car, just piece of heaven. And to see one in Australia, to actually get to drive one and review one, I really lucked out with getting this car and just having a good thumbnail, I think, and having a good title, because this video has gotten over 620,000 views in 2020, and it's continually getting, 40, 50,000 views a month. So it's really a crazy video that I really hope one day will crack 1 million, because that would be an absolutely amazing milestone for me to get one day. But we'll see if it continues going, because not many people have reviewed one, and some bigger channels have reviewed one, and I've actually surpassed them somehow. I think just, again, titles and thumbnails. So that was a really big break, and what a cool car that was as well. Like, just really, really cool. I've actually done 2 of them. The second one was modified with a Liberty Walk kit. Looked absolutely insane. Drove absolutely terribly though. But that one hasn't done quite as well, but it is still growing as well. So that's very good for the channel. Now, kicking it into a little bit more Ross aspect here of the 2020 Rossies is my favorite 2020 review. So this is just purely on the car I feel like I had some of the most fun in, maybe something that just really surprised me, or yeah, it's just what I thought was the best. Now this was really difficult to narrow down because so many of the cars I absolutely have a blast in and I love them. But coming in at number 3, this was a really close to the bagged VX Club Sport I reviewed, because absolutely love that car. But it's the LSA Maloo. This was 620 horsepower, fully modified, exhaust, launch control. We used launch control a couple of times. If you have not seen this video, you really got to see it because it's absolutely insane. And we used launch control a couple of times, and we got very squirrely. That was, yeah, just one of my absolutely favorite reviews of 2020. Had so much fun in that ute because, yeah, I just love a good ute. Now, coming in at number 2, the GTR R35 Black Edition. Now, this video didn't really do all that great because, I've done a couple of GTRs now, but this video for me was so special because I got it from Car Giant WA. So this was a dealer car, which when you do these reviews, if you're reviewing someone's car who's with you or giving you the keys, it's their pride and joy, you take a lot more precaution and a lot more of a respect to that particular vehicle. But when the dealer gives you the car, they usually go, here are the keys, I want to see you send it. They're happy to see you send it. So yeah, getting the keys to the GTR R35, one of my absolute dream cars. Being able to actually use launch control for the first time in that, and it was absolutely insane. I got to drive it around all day, and I just didn't want to stop filming that. It was just so much fun, and a huge thank you to Hank, who comes out a lot actually on reviews now and helps me. He came out that day and really got a lot of shots that I wouldn't have been able to get without him. So thank you again, mate. Now, drum roll again, number 1. My favorite 2020 review, the Rossie Award goes to, can you guess it? The Jeep Trackhawk. Now this might piss a lot of people off, but hey, this is absolutely deserving. And when I took this Trackhawk out, look, I was expecting it to be fast. I was expecting it, to be fairly fun, but I was not expecting it to be as insane as it was. This was a car that completely maxed out all of my expectations on it, and actually exceeded a lot of expectations because it was just that good, that fast, that insane, like that practical, just and the fact that was a dealer car as well. We got to launch it, we really got to have fun with that car out on the open road. And boy, did that thing just not disappoint. And I was really happy with the way I filmed that review. That was sort of one of the videos with my new camera I got. And it just really came out good. So, that was by far my favorite review for 2020. Now, moving up on the Rossie Awards here, let's go up to Best Modified Review of 2020. So, as you know, I do a lot of modified reviews. I do a lot of stock reviews, so I'm trying to keep these separate. And just going through my year of reviews, there was so many modified cars. So many good ones as well. Starting off, look, I just want to mention some of these ones that didn't make the list because they're absolutely insane. We've had insane Evos. We had 430 horsepower Evo. We've had the XR5 turbos, like all of these cool modified cars, which were just so much fun. I really highly recommend you guys go on to my modified reviews playlist and have a watch if you haven't already. But coming in at number 3, a car that is so special to me and really a big reason why I got this car was the R-Spec Typhoon. And that was at 500 horsepower. So that was fully, it wasn't fully built up, but the gearbox had been tuned, had been worked at monster torque with the engine. It had quite a few nice little things, which this car I'm hoping one day is going to look like, because that car was just drove absolutely mint. And considering of its age, it is one of these cars. It was a year or two newer of this one actually. Sorry, but what an absolute weapon. And that's goals for this car. Anyone asking me what I want to do with this, that's what I want to do. So go and watch that video right now. Now, number 2 on this list again now is a 700 brake horsepower R35 GTR. Now this was actually owned by Westcar. He's like a local paint protection expert, and he cleans, details cars here in Perth. He's a really, really good at what he does. Absolute legend, actually, quite a cool guy. And his 700 brake horsepower R35 GTR, that was one of the most insane experiences I've ever had. And we unfortunately we didn't get to go to a real insane road. We kind of had to be stuck to the back streets there, but my goodness, rear-wheel drive bias, like basically completely rear-wheel drive this R35. Full custom exhaust, intake, E85 tune, like it absolutely mental. And he launched it so hard. You got to go and watch that video if you haven't, because unfortunately that video really hasn't done that well, but absolutely worthy of watching. Now, drum roll. Number 1. Best modified review of 2020. You guys got to know what this is. The F6 310 Barra, the 500 horsepower, the black one, the manual. God, that freaking car was amazing. Just, the owner was a legend. He fully sent it. Didn't disappoint with the clips. We got all the hot shots. The video just went together so perfectly, and that was just, but like that, when you do these reviews, that is the kind of review you just go, yes, like it just all worked. It all fit together. It looked good. The owner sent it. The car was mint. And man, I could just a manual F6 310 modified to that spec. It's just pure heaven. Like it's just sex on wheels. Like you seen when he launched it, first spinning, second spinning, third spinning. That was just an absolutely amazing review. Totally worth the number 1 modified review spot. And Now we are coming into the final event here. This is the best review car of 2020. So this is a bit of a confusing one. Look, I'm trying to keep it simple. I think this is going to be the best stock car, in 2020 that just offers amazing value, amazing driving experience. You can buy, just something you can buy that's easy to buy. It's good. It's just a combination of everything, this one. And I'll give a little bit of reason to each one as I go. So number 3 for the best review car of 2020 is the Trackhawk again. Now, I've tried not to double up here, but the Trackhawk, it just has to be on this list because it just does everything. It does everything. It's fast as it looks the business, does like 3 seconds 0 to 100s, and it's 4-wheel drive. You can fit the whole family in it. You chuck like whatever you want in the back. Absolutely practical. It's holding its value like you wouldn't believe. You know, they're still calling for like $100,000 used, these cars. So, you know, the value is staying high. And I just think it is an absolutely amazing vehicle. And anyone who can get the chance to drive one or test one, you really should do it and consider it, because, man, it was good. If I had the money, I would have one in here in a second. Now, number 2, I hope you guys will like this one. This is the XR8 Sprint. Now, I did get the chance to review an XR6 Sprint and an XR8 Sprint. And the reason why I put the XR8 on number 2 here was because the XR8 just comes in manual. It comes in manual and it sounds so good. Those 2 reasons alone are why I chose that over the XR6 Sprint. XR6 Sprint, look, it's got the best engine by far, but just the fact it was only in auto and the sound isn't that great. Look, I had so much more fun driving the XR8, because you got to remember, the XR8 Sprint, it's not like a B Series XR8. It's a weapon, this XR8 Sprint. Like, it is blisteringly fast, and it'll actually do 0 to 100 in the right hands with the manual. I believe it'll do it quicker than the Barra, but the Barra is going to catch you in 1 second after, but it's that quick. So, you know, it's modern XR8 Aussie muscle. So that car was amazing. I had so much fun reviewing that car. Again, the owner was a legend, and I'm going to be going back there this year, hopefully, and doing some more filming with that. And yeah, stay tuned for the 2021 Ross reviews. It's going to happen. So anyways, let's get into our final and most important Rossi winner. Best review car for 2020, number 1. This is controversial. The Kia Stinger GT. I probably just pissed off every single subscriber right now, but let me tell you, the Kia Stinger GT that I reviewed was absolutely brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. For money, for quality, like feel, driving experience, speed, the thing was quick. Like, you know, you can chop some bloody V8s, no worries in that thing. Like, I'm telling you right now, it is a quick car. And, you know, just for a stock car, you can go out right now, buy it from Kia. You know, they're about 65 grand, and they look amazing. The interior quality just feels so nice. The speed is there. Just it just has that Kia name badge, which everybody hates. But let me tell you guys, you go out and drive one, it's got so much potential, and it already from the go is quick, and just it was just such a nice car to drive. I've always thought this, even when I reviewed it, you guys would know I preached about it. I loved it, and still to this day, I think it's a fantastic car. Really think here in Australia, considering we can't get XR6 turbos from new anymore, we can't get many V8s anymore, the Kia Stinger, you know, people just got to get their head out of the gutter with Kia, because their shit is turning around. It's freaking good. So I cannot stress you guys enough to watch that video again, and just consider looking at one, because look, it may not be a Barra, it might not be a V8, but I'm telling you right now, that Stinger GT pulls just about as hard as this thing does, and it's got so much luxury in it. Brand new, 7-year warranty. You know, that's the thing. You know, it's amazing car. So let me know in the comments, guys, what you thought my best review of 2020 was, or what your favorite review of 2020 was, because I want to know. It helps me get new videos going for 2021. And I've got a lot in store for 2021. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for being a support. You know, watching the channel, making it grow. We've grown quite a lot this year, and I hope we continue this trend for next year. So thanks everyone again, and we'll see you on the next video.